Sorry, I had to add myself to the broadcast stream. Hello, I'm live on YouTube. I just got done in my Facebook group, Publish with Ashley. If you want to join, it is in the links at the bottom. And I've been having a lot of fun. We've been having a lot of fun talking about Q4 and its Q4 Planner Challenge. And I'm giving you kind of all my tips and secrets and all my crazy insight of how I brainstorm books, how I do different things. And so it's been a lot of fun. So I've been live for the past hour, and I'm live again now on YouTube. So I am happy to see all my YouTubers. I am welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we are going to talk about, let's see, YouTube. Okay, so big profits publishing kids books in Q4. Okay, so what do I think is going to do well a lot of stuff does well in Q4, right? Everything. People buy stuff about careers, life changes, weddings. I mean, just the whole gamut. Everything kind of does well on YouTube, right? So, or see, I shouldn't be live for 2 hours. Oh boy, fun, right? Okay, so everything does well on Amazon in Q4, but I think specifically because there's going to be kids who are home, school isn't going quite as well. I think kids' books are going to do awesome in Q4. I think it's a huge market in general. People buy gifts, and they tend to buy gifts for kids more. Even more than adults, right? You kind of buy one thing for an adult and you buy a bunch of things for kids. So I think kids are going to do well. So I wanted to, let's see, just as an example, I'm going to share my screen today. If I can get it sharing here. All right. I'm going to share my screen, and I just typed in, okay, so this is Amazon's bestsellers in books. Okay, so we've got, this is a teen book. Here's a preschool book. Now, I know this is that preschool book is a publisher, School Zone. They're a big kids publisher, but you can see that kids stuff is kind of in here. Here, I've seen these little spots. This is actually kind of cute. It's a whole series of Little Spot does this, and it's kind of really kids books to explain different things about online. I saw Little Spot wears a mask. I saw Little Spot does all sorts of things. And here, let's see, right here is a writing numbers book. Kids books, oh yeah, The Hungry Caterpillar, that one's going to be forever. Here's one, okay, Lucy's Mask. And I wanted to talk about this one because, it's timely. It's definitely about, it's a little girl who, is a superhero for wearing a mask to kind of explain wearing a mask to kids, which I get because it's hard to explain a lot of things to kids, and they like to see characters doing the same thing. So what I thought was cool about this is not only, they're in 28, so they're doing really well in the bookstore, selling lots and lots and lots of copies. But they took a topic that was timely for kids and then tried to explain it in a fun, kid-friendly way. But not only that, this is an independently published book. I have actually seen this book pinned on Pinterest. Okay, and it was pinned by, I think, the author, because it looked like that's who the originator was. So they have been trying to not only advertise their book just by throwing it out there for organic search, they tried to push it through various other means. And I'm sure that's one of the reasons it is a success at number 28. All right. So then there's lots of other kids books. So in the top 100, you've got, almost half or maybe more. It's kids stuff, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Just a bunch of kids stuff. Yeah, there's adult stuff in here, but a lot of it is going to be kids stuff. This one right here. So these workbooks, right? Parents are going to, maybe even grandparents, everybody's going to want to get stuff for kids so that they can keep up with their schooling. Especially a lot of people are feeling this whole online world is not necessarily, and I hope this is live. I think I have one person watching. That's good. I have one person watching. Hi, whoever's watching. I'm glad it looks like it's live. I think that a lot of grandparents and parents, they're all going to be really concerned about reading and math and various things. I know my first grader She's going to go back to school for like 2 days a week, but I honestly think they're going to pull that after a week or two because someone will get sick or someone will be concerned and we'll all be back online again. And I know her math skills are fine. Her reading skills, she likes to read in a group. This whole reading with mommy and reading on the iPad is just not going for her. So I'm sure there's other parents who are going to have skills like math or something like that they're going to be worried about, because I know my child in reading is falling behind. I don't think it's detrimental, and I probably could spend more time reading with her, but she hates me reading with her. So I want to make any sort of learning fun. We like to do math together, so I know math, but I'm an engineer. What can I say? All my kids are good at math. So she likes doing math because it's easy for her. So we do a lot of math. So she's excelling in math and kind of falling behind in reading. But there's going to be a lot of parents like me who are worried about a certain skill set. And I think this Q4 that kids educational, kids activity, kids fun educational, that's going to be a big thing, trying to get them to learn in a more physical, tactile way, because they've been staring at computer screens and things like that. They're going to want to be a little bit more tactile. I know that I was researching with my Facebook group homeschooling planners and how well they're doing right now. So homeschooling for like multiple, like for your whole family, not just like one kid. And that's been doing really well. So yeah, so approximately 2004. So Sledge Painter says 2,443 of Lucy's masks sold daily, right? That's amazing. I would even take that as a dollar profit, right? Like who doesn't want to sell that? But I think, don't just think you can throw stuff up there and it will do that, because like I said, I have seen that stuff. I've seen that book, and I'm pretty sure pinned by the author or whoever they're getting. Maybe they have a social media person doing it for them, but I've seen it pinned on Pinterest. So they're doing something outside of just putting it on Amazon and crossing their fingers. I've seen it advertised too through AMS, but I've seen them using other channels. So don't I've actually been doing a lot of research lately into Pinterest and how it can be used and how it can be used well and effectively for books. And I've been doing a lot of research into that, and I'm going to start trying out some different things with that. So, the book made them a millionaire. Wouldn't that be great? But yeah, it doesn't take a million books. It does take some thought and some focus and seeing what trends are out there. And I think it's focus, right? Why is this mask one doing well, right? There's definitely the aspect of they're advertising it, they're putting it out there, and they're putting some money into it. So don't just think that it's just luck, right? They put effort and time and money into that, and I applaud them for that. But it's also coming up with a specific idea to solve a specific problem, explaining to kids why they have to wear a mask in a fun way, right? Explaining how to do math in a fun way. It's something specific. I actually, like I said, I like math and I understand math. So I was actually thinking, okay, how can I use my skills to, help other kids? Because I teach my kids math in a very buoyant, fun way. And so I'm thinking maybe I could do something with that. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. But maybe I should, because here's this kindergarten math workbook. They're doing awesome. And I know this Modern Kids Press is an independent author. I followed their stuff for a while, and I should have gone on. I don't know. You always have those. I should have. I would have. Whatever. I have kind of my own niches that I've been working in. That shiny object, right? You want to jump over to somebody else's pot of gold, or just follow the rainbow towards the pot of gold. But I do have at least math skills, so I'm hoping I can make math fun. My kids like math. It's probably a success, right? But anyway, so I think kids' books are this Q4 going to do really well. But yet again, I think you're going to have to focus down. You're not going to say, okay, I'm just going to do why is this human body activity book for kids doing well? It's focused, right? It's focused on a specific topic. One of the ones I saw that was kind of fun, it's always been doing pretty well, it's one on, it was like teaching the ABCs to kids through automotive mechanics. So it had the ABCs through cars or car parts. And so I saw one like for nurses. I saw like, so it's people who have a specific job trying to teach their ABCs to a kid in a way to also explain their, their career and what they do to their kid or do all day to their child. And so I think that's kind of a fun, specific idea. So there's lots of things you can do, but I think you've got to go from how do I make a great kids book? Okay, you start by what specific problem. This Lucy's book was all about explaining a math to a kid in a way that's fun. Okay, so kids are about color and fun, right? So you've got to think, how can I explain a concept or an idea to a kid in a colorful, fun way, right? A silly way. Like this, there's one up here that giraffes can't dance, right? It's about a silly giraffe and dancing, right? So, and the brown bear one, it's texture, it's color. It's, if you've ever done any of those, they're about sounds and teaching kids animals through sight and sound. So it's more than just one thing. It's about several things, making it fun and entertaining for a child to absorb those concepts. So you really got to, and I think the focus is really good. And I think that is how you're going to win in Q4 with kids' books. You're going to have to focus on a specific problem, and you're going to have to make it fun and colorful, right? It's going to take more effort, but it can pay off really, really well. And I think the more you do it, your first one might not be a success. Your second one might not be a success. But as you do it more and more, you're going to find what works and how you can capture the attention of kids. Now, if you don't have kids, it may be a little hard for you. You may have to do some more research. But that doesn't mean you can't do it. You can go through and study these books and study what about them. It's not like the specifics, but what about them is engaging? What about them captures the attention of a certain audience? Is it color? Is it cover? Is it interior? Is it concept? Is it explaining a very hard concept in a very small way? You just have to go through and analyze what is doing well, and then analyze the parts of it that you think are doing well. There's definitely going to be things you're not going to see. Like you're not going to see whatever advertising they're doing in the background. You might see some of it. You might see some of these on a sponsored ad, right? So you know that they're advertising, yeah, but you might not see all of it. They may be, they may have press releases in their town. They may be on television somewhere. They may be, have a book club. They may have a church who are buying it like crazy, and that got it to spike. You don't know some of the background stuff they're doing, but you can definitely look at all the best sellers and come up with the concepts it sells. I'm an author too. I write novels. Haven't written one in a while, but I've written a lot, like 30 or 40 novels. And so they always talk about what is a winning story script. And there actually is, if you go through and you'll read a lot of the stuff, there's actually a formula for a winning script, a winning type book. And it's not, it's not specific to say this character does this, that, but it's a formula in the sense of it's a concept. There's like the hero's journey. There's just different types of concepts that make a winning book, because the concepts themselves capture kind of that human psyche, right? It's playing into who we are as humans and how we work and function and learn. And that kids are the, ultimate learners, right? It's one of the reasons they can play an iPad. And like, I had my 18-month-old. She was like on the iPad, and like, my mom's just like, I can't run an iPad that good. And she's 18 months old because she's fearless, right? The 18-month-old will press every single button, doesn't care if you've messed up every single setting. But, the older adults like, oh no, I don't want to break it, right? So they won't press the buttons. They won't try. They won't experiment. But kids, they're the ultimate learner. If you give them something fun and colorful and captures their imagination, then they will run with it because it's fun to them. It's a game to them. My daughter was just cleaning her room, and she said she was putting on songs to sing while she was cleaning, right? She was trying to make it a game. That's the only way I can get her to clean her room. So make it fun, make it a game, colorful, but you can look and see conceptually what is doing well with books. Okay. Oh yeah, I know. I've wrote a lot of novels. So if novels, so how I write, it's really funny. I write actually uh, dictation. That's how I write so many. I've driven across country and dictated a book, half of a book, and then went the way back and dictated the other half of the book. I used to dictate, well, the only time I got to write was at the gym. So I would get in the elliptical in the corner and I would dictate my books. I would dictate my books while sitting in line, to pick my kids up from school. So I do a lot of dictation if I'm going to write something because like that's the only time I have. And you can get a lot done, though you have a lot of editing as you go along. But that's the only way I got stuff done. But it was yeah. I needed a break from that. So that's why I've been doing the low content and the kids books and the activity books. I get to change topics and change projects much more frequently than when you're writing novels. 100,000 word novels take a considerable amount of your brain power. And this is fun because I enjoy it more. I will admit I enjoy it a lot more. And you can still make good money. You just still have to, it's that analyzing what is selling and why is it selling, what problems is it solving, what's the context, what's the color schemes. I mean, like this To Kill a Mockingbird here is not a pretty color scheme, but it's a famous book that kids have to read every single year, right? I know it's been banned from some schools, but some schools, this is a must read, right? So that's why, even though it's not the prettiest thing, it's kind of, it's a staple in the American culture for many children. They have to read this book a certain year. All right. Hopefully I rambled enough for you all. I'm a little punchy from being on live too much, but definitely come and join my Facebook group. I publish with Ashley. It'll be in the notes. Free planner course or Q4 challenge planner course. I'm giving tons and tons and tons of fun information. We're going to go through building interiors, and then next week is covers. And I don't know, I'm giving you a lot of like tips and tricks and all sorts of stuff, and you'll see me kind of mess up live. You do not need to be an amazing graphic designer or anything. You just have to be willing to try, like kids, right? Try, forget where things are, break things, look it up on Google if you forget. It's okay. You just have to keep going on, keep learning, and trying to push the envelope of what you know until it becomes just easier and easier. And just give yourself, I'm a big person on give yourself grace. Give yourself a lot of grace. You are learning a skill. And especially if you're pushing yourself, there's always, things that you're not going to do right. So that's okay. It's okay. Just keep pushing, keep learning, keep developing, be like that little kid who wants to learn. That's kind of how, I don't know, I keep the excitement in my life. That's how I'm this, I don't know, exciting or excitement or overly whatever, overly bubbly. I don't even know. But I'm passionate about what I do and I love it. So I hope that you all can join me in that process. And I think that's it for today. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about next week, but if you have any suggestions or thoughts, let me know. All right. Thanks. Bye.